Hey, welcome back. You may remember back in July when I found the welds that had broken on one of my upper spring perches. I took it to the dealership thinking they'd just repair it, but Stellantis told them to replace the entire frame instead. It took some time to get started because they needed 3 bays in their shop. They lifted the body in one, then moved the rest into another bay to take out the drivetrain. The new frame went into the last bay, where they moved the axles and then everything else onto it. The work itself only took about 2 weeks, but it was right before our Moab trip, so we ended up bailing on Jason and his wife. They still went though, and it looked like they had a great time. Using the vacation time I'd already planned for, I began to reinstall everything I'd taken off. Belly pan, bumper, winch and lights, mud flaps, rear bumper reinforcements, tow hooks and rock lights. I also removed this new for 22 crash safety thing that's behind the front passenger tire. It just gets in the way. During this time, I was also driving further and further out to make sure she wasn't going to give me problems. Then finally, at the end of September, I was ready to take it to a park for some light off-roading tests. I did air quotes there, in case you were wondering. Mark came with me again, and we were planning to meet Jason. He didn't stand us up, so I guess he didn't hold a grudge from Moab. After airing down, we headed towards the big drop-in at the edge of the parking lot. Not far from the bottom is a series of rock ledges that, in the last video, we struggled a little bit going up. Somebody commented that there was a decent line on the right side that they did in their Tacoma on 33s.
There's a little bit of a rock ledge on the driver's tire right about here.
We noticed a Gladiator followed us down, so we asked if they wanted to join us, just in case they were wheeling alone. He was game, so we talked a little bit before continuing. His name's Sam, and after we left the park, he also joined us for lunch. It turns out he's an Army vet and has been spending a lot of time traveling around the country, and most of the time he just sleeps in his rooftop tent. I gotta be nice to the Army guys, because they ain't really Marines yet. Before we started driving, I walked over to see if I could find the line going up the right side. But I just wasn't seeing it. I mean, honestly, I think it looks worse. So we took Brady's line up the left side again.
So you're going up like this?
Yeah, I'm gonna put my driver's tire up the kind of face of that rock.
Okay.
Jason pretty much followed the same line I took, and his two-door did what two doors did. It impersonated a goat and walked right up it. We'd gone into 4 low before we did the drop-in. Sam hadn't joined us at that point, and we realized here that he still needed to. I was surprised he was able to shift it right here. I feel like I would have had to roll back down to the flat to shift mine. Maybe because he has a different gear ratio in his transfer case? I'm not sure. If anybody does, I'm curious. His extra vehicle weight and wheelbase also didn't do him any favors, but that's just the luck of the draw. Sometimes the extra wheelbase helps, but with the right amount of bump, he was able to get up it. From there, we went around to No Winch Hill, which is a steep hill covered in rocks. As the name implies, there are no winch points at the top. Brady told me he'd tried to go up it once with a side-by-side and wound up with a broken axle. So, we won't be trying that. Try putting your driver tire just next to that big boulder. And I'll keep an eye on your diff.
I can't see that boulder.
Tad driver? In hindsight, That boulder was probably not the most precise description for what I wanted him to do.
A little more driver.
We worked through it though, and he was able to weave around things us bigger guys just had to plow over.
Slow, you got a couple of big rocks right there. Alright, you're clearing off.
So there's a big boulder on the right hand side, and that's what I'm going to be driving up.
You're going over this?
Yep.
Copy, I'm going to drive over your camera.
Yeah, because, well,
I mean,
no, yeah, I could probably just climb that one there.
yeah, I would like this.
I take that back, I'm not going to do that.
That there is proof that Mark isn't just a pretty face. He questions my bad decisions because he doesn't want to walk home.
Hey Brad, cut driver, there's a sharp rock right there.
Oh, other driver?
Yeah, I mean, you did okay, but I mean, your other driver.
This is where Sam would be saying that us jarheads had to put left and right on the back of our hands so we would know which way was which. What? Did I just see his two-door struggle right there? Or maybe I used AI to fabricate something that is ultra-realistic. You will never know.
Stay driver until I have you cut towards it. We're going to get your back tire around that boulder. Okay, turn into it. There you go.
I remember when this happened, when I realized where his tire was going to hit, it was too late to stop him. Thankfully, the KM3 seemed to have sturdy sidewalls. Speaking of tires, this next section has a small diameter tree on the passenger side that had been cut off a few inches above the ground. That makes it difficult to get around the big rock on the driver's side. I leaned my GoPro up against the little tree nub because that was a spot we would definitely want to avoid. It looked like it could poke a hole through a tire. The rock, conveniently, has a ramp-like face on the downhill side, so we used that to clear the tree and the camera. Sam made it down with no problem, but in order to keep his back driver tire on the rock ramp, we had to bring his front passenger tire around the outside of the tire stabber, so I moved the camera. I'd forgotten about this ledge at the end of the trail, and it doesn't have a bypass. You're kind of going straight with the ledge off to the right, and there isn't much room to maneuver for us minivan drivers. Every time I'd done it in the past, I'd hit my rear bumper and nick the body. After scoping it out, I thought I had a plan for getting myself down. I wasn't worried about Jason because he can practically do circles inside his garage. Two doors are kind of cheating if you think about it.
Ooh, the brakes don't work as well with the bigger tires. That was not what I was wanting to do.
Some plan. I still hit the bumper.
Well, you're nice and gentle. There you go. There you go. Nice. Okay, your other side's getting ready to come down.
Okay.
F***ing two-door.
F***ing two-door!
Yeah, you could probably just go straight down like that. If anything, turn a little driver.
And it's gonna be my left side again, right?
Yeah, it'll be close. Yeah, it'll be your left side first.
Nice and easy.
There you go. Wow. Super pro.
Do I get the f***ing trophy for today or what?
There you go. Okay, now you're gonna come down on driver and passenger about the same time. Slow. Give me a little driver. A little driver.
How am I looking under there?
Turn driver as hard as you can. I can't see the other tire. Oh, you're down.
No, Jason, it's either he's going to come off like a boss or he's going to hang like you did. And he came off like a boss.
Yeah.
From here, we hit a scenic overlook and where we'll do the virtual trophies. Jason, in the half Jeep, got first place because we feel sorry he couldn't buy a whole Jeep. Sam got extra points for style, and he gave me some water while we were up here, so he gets second place. That leaves me and Mark in worst place, but that just means we need to try harder next time. I hope you enjoy the video, and until next time, take care.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.